This is Psalms 9 and 9. The Lord Yahweh also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. I like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kol Haloyim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Akwat that's listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing, that the lesson is edifying. It's the brother Shawab Amawan back at you with another lesson. And going into the title, all right, I love the misery on her face. Women in fringes, Jacob's trouble keeps getting worse. All right. And I'm going to read this again. Psalms 9 and 9. The Lord Yahweh also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. All right. And our people, all right, especially more than ever, okay, are starting to be oppressed on a whole nother level. Okay. And we are in the times of trouble. So the Lord is your refuge. Having the names of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is very important. Okay. Let's grab Micah 9 and Salakia 7 and 10. And it reads, then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. All right. And a lot of you women are about to catch hella judgment. Okay. Because you wanted to be in that spirit of you don't need a man, fuck the men of the Lord. Okay. You guys been saying this for years, and where's your power? All those words are going to be words that you have to swallow. All right, as the scriptures say, every idle word that a man shall speak shall be held accountable for it in the day of judgment. All right, and we are now in the time of judgment. Okay, so let me play these two videos that I have from Instagram. All right, check how sad this woman is. All right, and again, I love the misery on her face, because as the scriptures tell you in 2nd Ezra 8 and 50, all right, many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time walked in great pride. Okay.
Well, let me tell you something. These people.
Let me grab it from. Let me put it in my Bluetooth. It's connecting right now. Well, I'm trying to connect it. Hold on. I should have connected, but it didn't. There we go. So listen to this. Listen to the misery, the scaredness of this woman.
Something. These people are not playing, yo. They're not even asking if you're a citizen. They're not asking if you had document. I'm in an African store. They broke in the people African store. They broke from the back door. I'm shopping, and they just snuck behind me to grab my shirt from the back, bro. They don't even care if you have documents. They're not even asking you if you're okay. They just, as soon as they know you're black or something, they just literally grab me from the back. I turned around, I was confused because they broke through the people back door. I was totally confused. I grabbed my hand for no reason. I'm a fucking citizen. They don't even care, bro. They're just grabbing. The guy came in. It's like, you're not supposed to be in the store. It's a private.
And let's grab that.
I don't hear him in the kid from the back door. They're not even going.
So that's what happens when you lean on Egypt. You see, when you put your trust in the shadow of Egypt. All right, she's in total confusion. All right, let's grab that. This is Isaiah 30 and 3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. Matter of fact, let's take it up one. That you might as well take it from the top. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. All right. So to trust in the shadow of Egypt is you trusting in America. Okay. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. So this woman was just crying about how much confusion she's in because she's a citizen, and they're coming through and they're just grabbing people without, you know, they could care less if you have IDs. They could care less if you have documentation to show. You see, this is these devils, all right, as the scriptures say, they shall be like madmen, sparing none. All right, let's grab that real quick. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 7. Where is it at? Salakia. This is, so let's take it from 70. And it says, for there shall be in every place and in the next city a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord YAHAWAH'S. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord YAHAWAH'S. You see, but the point is, they shall be like madmen, sparing none. Okay? These, we keep telling you, these devils, all right, when the Lord brings judgment and lets these heathens get the charge and lets our people be put into their hands, all right, the Lord does it with great power, man. He gives these devils charges, man. All right, let's grab that real quick in Isaiah 10 and 5, right? It says, "O Assyrian," all right, which the Assyrian is speaking about Esau. Okay, and why is he being referred to an Assyrian? Because the Assyrians, all right, were very harsh people, man. That when they had us in captivity, they was doing some extra brutal shit. All right, so that's how this devil comes. He comes extra brutal. Okay, remember, he has a perpetual hatred for you tribes, man. That's your evil twin brother. All right. When Isaac was about to die, he said, "The days are at hand that my father shall die," right? "And then I will slay my brother Jacob." So he cannot wait, all right, with that perpetual hatred to do what he's always done, man, try to slay us. Okay. It says, "O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger." See, the Lord is using him as a rod of his anger. "And the staff in their hand is mine indignation. I will send him against a hypocritical nation," all right, which that hypocritical nation is our people. You see, our people that want to be hypocrites, our people that don't want to hearken on to the word of the Lord. "And against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge." You see, he's going to give him a charge. All right, let's see what that word charge goes into. All right, Isaiah 10, let me go into the interlinear blue letter Bible. All right, that word charge, all right, goes into, let me see, I will give him a charge, Savah. Okay, it says to command, charge, give orders. Yeah, because the Lord is in control of all things. So man's goings is of the Lord. So how can a man understand his own way? So the Lord is giving him commands in the mind, you see, because it tells you that in Job. All right, let me grab that real quick. When men fall asleep, right, sealeth instructions. This is, no, it's gonna do that. This is, really? Doesn't want to come up. All right, let me just grab it from here. All right, when men go to sleep at night, the Lord drills, sealeth instructions, Job, KJV. All right, this is Job 33 and 16.
In Job chapter 33, and verse 16 of the King James Version, it says, "God sealeth their instruction."
So like it's coming up. It says, "In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man." All right. So when you go to sleep, all right, this is why, you have to be spiritually in tune with the Lord, man, because when you go to sleep, all right, as Israelites, all right, the Lord will seal you with instructions for the next day. But on the righteous side, man, on the right-hand side, you're going to be programmed by angels. But see, when you wicked, all right, you get programmed by demons. And see, these are not men of the Lord, all right? These nations that the Lord sends against you, okay, they're wicked as hell. So imagine the wickedness that the Lord seals them with, you see? So, you know, this devil's being sealed with all types of wickedness, all right, to come at you men, all right, and you women that are Israelites in a harsh manner, you see? And then with all these draconian laws that are being pushed out, you see, basically DJ Trump giving them immunity to go and do as they please, you know? They can use violent force to the point where they can basically kill if they have to, you see? So now they get a little bit, they get extra prideful, okay? And they come and abuse their power as they always have done. Has not these heathens always abused their power when it comes to our people, man? So how much more when their king, okay, their cruel king gives them immunity to do these things. When they set draconian laws for these things to be done, they're going to go way and beyond abusing it, you see? And that's what's happening now, okay? The Lord is literally sealing their instructions the next day to whoop your ass, okay? Because you don't want to hearken on to the Lord, okay? So let's go back to Isaiah 10:5. O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. I will send him against a hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge, okay? I didn't finish that up. That word charge, let me grab that one more time, all right? Went into to command, charge, give orders, lay charge, okay? What else we have? To give charge over, appoint, commission, ordained, of divine act. There you go. You see? So they're of divine act. It's of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. It's out of their reach, basically. The Lord is putting the spirit on them. It's a divine act. It's ordained for them to do what they're doing. All right. They were basically the same way we are predestinated to go on these highways and hedges and bring out the word of the Lord. They're being predestinated to, you know, bring trouble to the 2/3. Okay. Strong's definition says command, send a messenger, put, set in order. All right. To constitute. All right. Intensively. Yeah. See, they're gonna come with intense judgment. All right. And there's no actual words. Jacenius Hebrew lexicon says to set up. Let me go into that a little bit more. All right. It says to set up. Okay. So the Lord is setting them up in that manner. All right. To constitute, to appoint anyone over anything. You see, it says with an account of the thing to appoint, to decree. Okay. Yeah. To decree what? Unrighteous decrees. As the scriptures tell you, right? Earlier in that chapter, that same chapter we're reading, Isaiah 10, verse 1 says, it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. You see? To determine anything, an example, to cause it to exist. Okay? All the host of it. Let me see what else. To command, to charge, to command. All right, Salakia. I'm just seeing what they got. They got in the Jacenius lexicon here. Trying to see if I find something different. To delegate anyone with commands, to commission. All right, and they're under the commands of their evil ass king right now. All right, but it's pretty much going into the same thing. All right, so I ain't even going to read the rest of it. All right, but that's what's coming. Okay, commands. All right, from on high first, and then they're given to the king to give on to them to do what they do. You see, It's an ordained divine act. All right. So let's read that again. It says, I will send them against a hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire of the streets. You see? So the Lord is giving them this extra push, man, to do what they do in a harmful manner, in a controllable manner. You see? They can't help themselves, man. They can't wait, all right, to put one of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans down, man. Okay? And especially you women, all right, because you women are the most prideful, all right, right after Esau Edom himself. All right, so let me finish that video. All right. All right, I got to go back into it. Which I got another one where a woman had fringes on and she was getting beat the hell up. Which I don't know what she doing running around with fringes. You women, all right, y'all shouldn't be with fringes around, going to the store with fringes, going to Walmart with fringes. You know, you got to remember we're a target. We're a target onto our enemies, man. So why make yourself even more of a target, letting everybody know what you represent? You see, you gotta stay on the low. And just because you're a woman doesn't mean that you're not gonna get the same treatment that men are gonna get. We've said that for years, man. You women are gonna catch it just as bad as the men catch it. Okay, they're not gonna look at you and be like, she's a woman, let me take it easy on her. No, they coming to rip your head off too. You see? But let's go into this.
Let me tell you something. The guy came in, it's like, you're not supposed to be in the store. It's a private property. I had to take him out of him and the kid from the back door. They're not even going through the front. They broke in the people in the African store. They broke in the back door. Like, I'm fucking shaking right now, bro. They don't even care. Like, I'm so fucking shaky. Like, people that don't have documents, you should not be outside. They don't even care if you have documents or not. Because I'm a whole citizen. They didn't even ask me for my ID. They didn't ask no question. They just grabbed my hand.
And that's the new thing. Now we're going to have to start walking around with a damn social security card, or you better memorize that shit. You know, you got to walk around with a birth certificate, your ID. You got to have like 5 different credentials. It's like you going to the damn fucking DMV now. To get your license, you got to have 6 points wherever you walk, just in case these damn devils try to make a move on you, you got documentation. But even then, that don't matter, because they're not looking at none of that, man. Like she said, if you black or you brown, you getting stopped, man. You see, that's why we are all targets right now. Okay. And the only way you're going to make yourself a non-target is by having the Tawah. Okay. The name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua upon your forehead, man, because you're going to be exempt from judgment, you see? So tell me it ain't important to have the name of the Lord. You niggas want to continue to keep calling on fucking Jesus, okay? Calling on all these damn fucking wicked ass deities, all right? And you can see obviously that none of those things are working, you see?
And then when I told them, like, why you doing that? Then they went to the other lady. They went to the other lady in the back door and they talked to the lady. I don't have nothing. Y'all white people just keep taking people. Don't ask me for shit. No, I don't care. They just grab me for no fucking reason. I'm not helping no white people. Don't ask me for shit. Yeah, they're broke in the African stuff.
See, we've been telling you for a long time that when the Lord put the spirit on these devils, you're going to see who your true enemy was, man. Here it is. Y'all want to keep being friends with the so-called white man and the so-called white woman. You see, all of them. All right. When the time comes, the Lord going to put the horns on their heads and show you that they were your enemies, man. Them and the rest of these other nations, man. That's why the Lord said, never trust thine enemy. Because like iron rusted, so is his wickedness, man. That is what he's made for. He's made to be against you. Okay.
body, all the African people, I'm just telling them, y'all better lock the door. The people door was locked, and they snuck in the back. They snuck in the back. One coming from the back and one sitting in the front. Because I came in the store, they had an Iowa pick in an Iowa truck. The plate says Iowa. So they don't give a fuck if you have documents. If you have documents, they don't give a shit. They're just gonna come and grab you. So if you have, I shouldn't even be in Brooklyn Park right now. I've never experienced this shit before.
Yeah, and it's gonna get worse because it's gonna be a time that has never been seen under the whole heaven, man. All right, the Lord clearly made a statement when He said that it's gonna be a time of trouble never seen before. Okay, this is gonna be worse than any other captivity we've ever been through. Worse than any of these other, let's just take the transatlantic slave trade, right? It's going to be 144 times worse than that, okay? You thought being packed in boats like sardines was a problem, man. Wait till the Lord really get loose. This is the beginning of sorrows. This ain't even a scratch on the surface yet. This ain't even to the point where there are dead bodies all over the floor out on the streets, man. You're going to see literally dead bodies on the streets. You see? And in these times, we're going to laugh because it's going to be ultimately the Lord laughing, man. Okay?
They don't give a shit. They're all in Brooklyn Park. They're just sneaking in the people's store from the back. Says the car, they can't come in through the front. They're sneaking in the back door. Oh my God. I'm fucking.
See, and that goes with I don't need a man. You know, I could do bad all by myself. I'm good by myself. You men ain't shit. And look at you now. You all bugged out. You know, that's why I love the misery on her face. I love it. All right, because here it is. Y'all wanted to claim that you don't need no man of the Lord. See, the man's going to be a hiding place from the wind, from the destruction. You see, that's why the Lord said, I will make a man more precious than fine gold in those days, man. Because those that have the precious word, the men of the Lord, all right, are going to be the ones that are going to be precious and more precious than fine gold. You see, because they have something that nobody else in the world has. The word of YAHAWAH'S, knowledge, wisdom, and stability. You see, you niggas wanted stability of dollar signs. You wanted a man that was able to keep you stable with a fucking paycheck. All right. But none of them could keep you stable. All right. Through the word and wisdom of YAHAWAH'S. You see?
They asked me if I have documents, and they asked me if I'm a citizen. They just snuck me to grab me from the back of pull my jacket from the back. They just pulled me and tried to grab my hand. And luckily, the other guy that worked there, he just came and said, "What are you doing? You're not supposed to be in here." That's when the guy took my hand from my jacket from in them. And then it went after the other lady. I guess they thought I was her.
And I doubt he grabbed you by hair because I'm sure you barely got some hair. You women, half of you women ain't got no hair, man. You know?
Yeah, I'm going home, Andrew. I'm not even supposed to be here. I usually don't even come over here this early morning.
And look, she ain't even supposed to be there. That goes to show you that Lord, that YAHAWAH'S directed your steps. You see, wrong place at the wrong time. She ain't even supposed to be there, and she was there. That should make you fear YAHAWAH'S even more, man. That the Lord at any moment the Lord could put you in a bad situation, man.
I'll just make my run so I don't have to come here later, and then that's the shit that's going on. They don't give a fuck if you they didn't even ask me, are you a citizen? Do you have documents with you? They just grabbed me. So imagine.
Yeah, because now they're even saying if you're not speaking English, if you speak in Spanish, or if you got an accent, they're gonna run up on you. You can't even talk your own language nowadays, man, without you being a target. You see? That's why the scriptures say in the last days we will be in what? Perilous times, dangerous times. That's why the scriptures say, be circumspect, all right? Redeeming the times because the days is evil, man. That's why we have to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, man. Because the Lord has thrown us in the midst of wolves, man. You see? So you have to have knowledge, man.
That's for nothing. And they snuck in the people back door. They didn't even come through the front. So if you own any store, African store or whatever store, you gotta just lock your back door, because I don't know how they came in the back. I was in the aisle, she just came and grabbed me from the back. Man, they don't give a shit. Like,
honestly, it's getting annoying just hearing her say the same shit. And she said, I'm scared.
I know I'm rude, but I mean, I did curse them up.
Look, she said, I know I'm rude, and I did curse them out. You see? That nigga woman came out. And they ain't playing that shit nowadays, man. You see? They can't wait for you to act on some nigga shit. You see? Because then they gonna tighten up on the squeeze. You see? And see, we having this truth, we're not in the spirit of fear. She in the spirit of fear. She fears her enemy. We don't fear the enemy. Why? Because the Lord didn't give us the spirit of fear. He gave us the spirit of a sound mind. You see?
Dang, I'm not that. I'm scared. I'm a punk.
And that's spiritual that she even saying that. Because now that I'm tough, you know, went out the window. You see, we kept telling you, man, the Lord gonna humble you women down on another level. All that rada hootie blowfish bullshit that y'all be doing, man. You know, y'all always loud as hell, you know, trying to cause a scene, you know, trying to embarrass somebody, trying to embarrass your man. All that shit is going out the window because the Lord gonna humble you. You see, now she talk about I'm scared. Oh, I'm not that rude, am I? You see, now she's second guessing everything. You see, and a lot more humbling is going to come to you women. You see?
The argument is just stay home, because even if you do or not, they don't give a shit. They just grabbing whatever. As long as they see you color, they grabbing you. You're in an African store, they don't think you're a citizen, they don't give a shit, they're grabbing you. So stay the fuck home.
And you should be staying home, all right? Because we're not in the time of being outside and living it up and being in the spirit of mirth, man, or trying to do anything, you know? You got to literally stay in your houses nowadays, man. You're supposed to be, the house of the wise is in the house of mourning, you see? So we should be in our houses locked up, preparing ourselves for the battle, preparing ourselves for what's to come. You know, constantly praying unto YAHAWAH'S to have mercy upon us, man. To spare us from the wicked, all right, which is thy sword. Because the Lord is sharpening up his sword, man. And he is about to give it to the hand of the slayer. So a sword is furbished, okay? It is being furbished on a whole nother level.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Because they just grabbed me for no fucking reason. Grabbed me from the back. Like, had my
shirt. Saying the same shit.
How can you walk around with your documents if they're not even asking you questions?
And this is a long ass video too.
That's the greater and the harm. God knows what. Okay, VK, thank you.
Ain't nobody care about that shit. Let me play this next video. We get the point with her. She's sad, broken. She can't believe what just happened in front of her eyes, man. And it's a beautiful thing to see the misery on her face. All right. Now this video was sent to me from a brother. All right. This was a woman in Fringes. Okay. She got a head wrap on. All right. This cop punched the shit out of her ass. Hold on, let me look at them fringes. Let me see if I can get the fringes and stop it right on the fringes. There you go. Let me see if y'all can see it. Look, that's her fringes right there. That's a whole dress with fringes, okay? And she got a head wrap on, man. Again, none of you women that's in this truth, and I'm not saying she's in this truth. Obviously, she's going through what she's going through, so she can't be in the truth, okay? But none of you women that are sincere listeners, all right, that are sincerely in this truth, okay, should be walking around the stores with a head wrap on, with fringes on. Now, hey, yeah, you got to be in your modest apparel to the best of your ability. All right. I know some of us got jobs and you can't show up to the job and, you know, you got to be in a certain manner, whatever. All right. But even at your jobs, you shouldn't be talking about this at your jobs. You shouldn't be conversating to people about what you're into. All right. You cannot let the left hand know. All right. What the right hand is doing, man. Okay. As the scriptures say. You cannot be in that spirit of telling people what you're involved with, okay? Unless, you know, the Lord put a certain spirit on you. You see, you got to let it come naturally, okay? Yeah, I know, you know, we want to tell, you know, our people and wake them up. But see, we're in the times where you can't even do that no more, man, because you can't even trust your own people. Your own people will turn against you, man. You know, my wife, you know, was telling me that she was talking to somebody the other day at the job, another woman, and she was trying to teach her something, and she asked me for a certain scripture, and I even, you know, cursed her ass out, like, who the fuck you talking to? Who the hell are you telling this information to? You know, because you cannot be put. And here it was that she gave her the breakdown. She taught her a little something, and you know, because you women are allowed to talk to other women, all right. But she ran off after that. She was like scared. She didn't believe it. She was like, oh, nah. See, and I told her, I said, this is why you don't tell motherfuckers this shit, because then someone like that could just all of a sudden get a certain spirit on them, and now they want to be against you because you know something that they don't know, and that they can't understand. And you know, you accumulate enemies. Okay, it's already bad enough we are enemies of the state up in here, you know. Esau's got an eye on us everywhere we go. Okay, so you got to be very careful and mindful of who you talking to and who you dealing with, man. We have to keep our mouths shut. All right, let the men do the teaching, let the men bring out the word through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH'S on these highways and hedges. All right, if it's meant for them to get it, all right, they're gonna get it through the spirit. All right, the Lord gonna bring it across them somehow, some way. Okay, but again, none of you women should just be talking all over the place, trying to talk to other women and tell them about this truth, because you already know, you few listeners, you few believers already know that most of these people not gonna get it. You see, especially the woman. The woman has been deprived from wisdom. You see, so you can't just be telling all these women all these things, man. They'll catch a certain vibration on you, all right, and then they turn against you. Okay, you shouldn't be in the stores with no fringes, no wraps on your head, all right, because look at what these ICE agents are doing, man. All right, as we just read, all right, let's read that again. All right, there's going to be a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. All right, and that word insurrection, let's go into that word. All right, word etymology online, insurrection. All right, insurrection goes into one who rises in revolt against a government or its laws. Okay, so we're already against them. You see, matter of fact, it tells you that in the Wisdom of Solomon. All right, the 2nd chapter. All right, let me grab that real quick. They know that we're contrary onto their ways. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon 2, and I'll take it from 12. I'll take it from 10. It says, let us oppress the poor righteous man. This is the thoughts of the wicked. This is how they think. This is their mentality, right? It says, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow. Okay, see, they're not sparing the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. You see, so their strength is the law. These laws, these draconian laws that they're pushing out. Okay, this justice system. Okay, these constitutional rights that you claim that is going to help you. It ain't meant for you to be helped with. They're going to use it against you. You see? It says, therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not of our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objecteth to our infamy the transgressings of our education. He professeth to have the knowledge of Yahweh, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord YAHAWAH'S. He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us, even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. You see? So they know that we're living in a different type of manner. They see that we're living contrary to their ways of sin, because we're no longer living in sin to the best of our ability, you see? And they don't like that. Remember, as the scriptures say, he that departeth from sin, all right, maketh himself a prey. You see? So the moment that you turn from the ways of Babylon the Great, all right, and you're following in righteousness, you are made a prey onto the world, man. Okay? It says, we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. Yeah, see, we abstain ourselves from their ways, okay? We refrain ourselves from the ways of sinful nature, okay? Because that's a low vibration, you see? It says, he pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that Yahweh is his father. And this is what their mentality is, because you're contrary unto them. Let us see if their words be true, and let us prove what shall happen to him in the end, what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man shall be, for if the just man be the son of Yahweh, he will help him and deliver him from the hands of his enemies. Let us examine him with the despitefulness and torture. You see? So it don't matter if you a man or a woman in this truth, man. They're gonna try to come at us in a certain manner, trying to torture us, you know, trying to take us, you know, to a whole nother level and do some crazy ass shit. Why? Because they want to test, they want to tempt the Lord. Esau known for tempting the Lord, man, and he's gonna tempt them on a whole nother level. And that's why ultimately the Lord gonna destroy him, because the Lord told him not to touch the apple of his eye. Okay. He said, touch not my anointed, but he gonna try to do it anyway. You see? So this is why, as a woman, you know, in this truth, it don't matter, man. You get the same treatment that a man gets in this truth, man. And that's even more of a reason for you to keep your mouth shut, to stay low key, you know, in the cut, you know, not letting these people know what you're involved with. Unless you see someone that's sincere, and you'll know when someone is in sincere mode, okay? You know, then maybe Salakia, fucking Esau smacking my damn channel right now. All right, but I'm gonna make it quick because I was about to close out anyway. See, I had to switch my phone, but you know, again, you know, I don't even know how long it was buffering for. I was in the zone. All right, but again, you know, back to what I was saying. You know, you have to be careful and mindful of who you're speaking to and who you're around in these last days, man. And never trust thine enemy. All right, let's grab that real quick, and pretty much I'm gonna start closing it out. All right, before Issa starts trying to smack me off my channel. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10, and it says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. See, set him not by thee, lest when he has overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked with. You see? So we cannot let this devil, all right, know what's going on. All right, even though he already knows, all right. But I'm talking about these people on the outside, all right. Esau watching us, you know, we can't do nothing about that shit. They're watching us through our phones, man. They're recording our conversation every single day. You could talk to somebody on the phone about this truth. They're already recording that conversation, you see? But as the people on the outside, your jobs, you know, family, friends, okay, you can't let them know about this truth, man. All right, this is a sacred thing, basically. All right, and whoever is meant to have it, all right, the Lord will do what he do for them, for it to reach their ears, man. Okay, so we can never trust our enemy, and even these 2/3 that are our people, they definitely can't be trusted, man. You see how these people act on the highways and hedges when we're preaching the word. Our own people, all right, come against us and start talking shit, you know, start plotting on us. Okay, so how much more, you know, these people that are in your jobs and things like that. Okay, scriptures even tell you your own foes will be them of your own household, man. So you even have your own family members coming up against you. You see? So you got to be careful. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much the point. You know, I'm gonna leave it at that. All right. Hey, Jacob's trouble is gonna get more wild. It's gonna continue to get worse and worse. All right. And hey, I love the misery that I see on these people's faces, man. I can't wait to see more. All right, because y'all think that this joke is funny. I mean, y'all think that this truth is a joke and it's funny. Okay. As a matter of fact, let me end it with this. This is Proverbs 1. Okay. And let's take it from 24. All right. It says, because I have called and you refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. You see, so the Lord gonna laugh at your calamity. He gonna mock you when your fear comes. That lady was a straight fear. The Lord laughing up there. I'm telling you straight up, the Lord laughing at it right now. You see, because you thought you was tough. You thought you could do it without a man. You thought that this cannot come and take over you. You see, the Lord gonna teach you women how to be humble. Okay, as the scriptures say, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. Okay, y'all wanted to live in pleasure, y'all wanted to live it up. Okay, you wanted to be in a proud state, in a proudful state of mind. All right, well, this is what's coming to you women, and the Lord is laughing at you. Okay, it says, I will laugh when your calamity, laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When the distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Why? Because you're calling on the wrong name. You want to scoff and misuse the prophets and laugh at the prophets. You see? So when you call upon the Lord, he's not going to hear you. Okay? It says, For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord Yahushua. They were none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely. See, those are the key words. Who hearkens unto the word of the Lord is going to dwell safely and shall be quiet from fear of evil. You see? And we are in an evil time, and people are doing evil things. So if you don't want to be a partaker in that and want to be part of that, well, it's best that you hearken onto the word of the Lord, man, so the Lord can keep you safe. You see? So I'm gonna leave it at that. The spirit Lord willing. With that being said, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Call Halon Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem, Barakatah. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone as well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Aqua that was listening today. Yahweh Rakazah, Lord willing. That's that fun. Next one, Shalom. Keep fighting the fight of faith. You're doing as good soldiers of Yahushua, Shalom. And Shabbat Shalom.